20 past 6, Sally Rope with you in for Nicole Dyer for today and tomorrow. 12 years ago, Miranda Daisy met a young girl living with a disability who wanted the chance to perform. What happened next was the start of a company called Performability, which offers inclusive performance opportunities, and it's now available on the Gold Coast during these school holidays. Nicole Dyer spoke to creator and founder of Performability, Miranda Daisy.
I owned a mainstream dance school and we had someone join us who had Down syndrome. And I actually met her at the end of year concert. She wasn't in one of my classes and she completely stole the show. And her mum was just so grateful that we had included her in our school because she'd been turned away from so many beforehand. We had a nice little chat after the concert and she let me know that there needs to be more dance programs for people with disabilities. And so a friend and I got together and we basically sent a bulk email out to lots of day programs for people with disabilities and said, look, we don't have that much experience, but we'd love to come in and do an hour dance class with you and see how it goes. And 12 years later, we have programs all across Australia.
Why do you think that this has been taken up so well and supported so strongly?
I think the first thing is there's not enough programs like this available for people. But secondly, we've never turned anyone away. Our whole motto is that everyone is welcome and we make them feel welcome in a sense that every class that we do is adapted to the people in the room. So we never have a strict, we don't have a strict way of running the sessions. We teach our teachers how to adapt the lesson to the people who are coming into the class.
On ABC Gold Coast Breakfast, Miranda Daisy, founder and CEO of Performability, inclusive dancing for all, and it's just started on the Gold Coast. It's kicked off in April. We've got one more week of school holidays here in Queensland. Is it too late for anyone to get involved these school holidays?
No, absolutely not. You can register through our website. Performability.com.au, and we have programs until Friday, every day. So all thanks to the Gold Coast City Council, they have completely funded this program for the school holidays. They actually put a survey out to the local community and the feedback came back that there wasn't enough happening on the Gold Coast in the school holidays for people with disabilities. And they also had a lot of the community centres empty in the school holidays because their usual programs took a break. So their way of sort of fixing both of those issues was hiring Performability to train the dance teachers that currently use their spaces in how to work with people with disabilities to then host these programs. And we have programs in Helensvale and in Kira Hill.
So you get teachers to change how they teach in order to meet the needs of young people living with a disability. Can you explain maybe in some practical ways how that's done?
We include seated versions for anybody that uses a wheelchair or walker. Our teachers learn a little bit of keyword sign, which is, it's not sign language, but it's very much like sign language. So you're taking the main word from the phrase and signing that as well as speaking it, which really helps for people with communication delays or challenges. What else do? We make sure that people with visual impairments are close to the front of our space or have an assistant. People with hearing impairments are placed closer to the speakers so they can feel the bass under the floor. There's so many unlimited things that we can change to make everybody have the best experience.
And when you lay them out like that, Miranda, it's not rocket science. But it's just thinking of them in the first place.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Recently, just on a slightly different tangent, on social media, you posted about a change to the current common disability symbol, which is a person in a wheelchair. What is the new symbol and how would it better represent all people with disabilities?
Yes, so the universal symbol for disability is the wheelchair, but this is an issue because there are so many different types of disabilities and there's a lot of disability groups here that are not being represented. So there is no official new symbol, but a lot of people and companies within the disability community are changing the symbol to either a a fun sort of person spreading their arms or something other than just showing a wheelchair. The other option is, of course, to show many different symbols depending on what accessibility you are.
If you were in charge of a new symbol, what would it look like?
Oh, look, I think it'd be great to somehow combine all of the different symbols that we have. So something that shows braille, hearing impairments, the wheelchair accessibility, the white cane. If we could somehow create something that incorporated all of them, I mean, that would be fantastic.
That is creator and founder of Performability, Miranda Daisy, speaking there with Nicole Dyer.